everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Michaela, and today's video is just going to be how I lost my baby weight. As you can tell from the thumbnail, I lost 40 pounds, and 40 pounds is what I gained throughout my entire pregnancy, so I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight. I just wanted to quickly say I got this video idea from the YouTuber Dear Grayson. She has awesome videos, and I think you guys should go check her channel out. I have my cup of coffee here with me, so we'll just get right into the video. For my pregnancy, I was super fit, and I did cheerleading, I did some tumbling, and I worked out quite a bit. Here's a picture from me pre-pregnancy. At first, throughout the beginning of my pregnancy, my doctor was actually worried because I wasn't gaining very much weight. I was growing very slow, and my bump was measuring a few weeks behind what the baby was. So as I was growing throughout pregnancy, my stomach wasn't growing like it should be. Well, sometime within my second trimester, I started gaining a ton of weight, and I think this was because I could finally eat. I wasn't feeling nauseous anymore. Ultimately, by the end of my pregnancy, the last time I weighed myself, I was, I think, 145 or 148 pounds. After I gave birth, I did not weigh myself. I didn't even care to weigh myself. I could definitely tell that I still had a bump, and you will be able to tell too. I'll insert a picture right here. As you can tell, you have this weird saggy bump that feels like a water balloon after you give birth. It's super uncomfortable, and I tried to get rid of that within the first 2 weeks after having my son. That was not successful. I started breastfeeding 4 days after my son was born, when my milk had finally come in, and that helped me lose weight, but not as quick as people usually tell you it does. I started breastfeeding. I wasn't working out yet because I wasn't cleared to work out yet. So within the first week, I still had that ginormous baby bump. I actually bought a girdle, I think it's called, from Walmart, and it didn't have any buttons, it didn't have any pull-togethers or anything. It was just like a sock that fit over your stomach. So I bought one of those, and it actually wouldn't fit over the bump, so I wasn't able to use that yet. So during this time, I didn't have an appetite. I was constantly busy with the baby. I didn't even think about eating or drinking anything, so the only time I ate or drank was at bedtime, because that's whenever he finally went to sleep. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, and I definitely don't recommend it. I just didn't have an appetite, and I was so busy throughout the day I didn't even realize I wasn't eating or drinking anything. That made me lose a bunch of weight, but I still didn't lose weight where the after baby bump was. On to week 2, it started getting a little bit smaller, but it wasn't like shrinking enough to where you could tell I didn't just have a baby. My belly was had a bunch of stretch marks, looked really saggy. It made me very insecure. So I tried to steer away from tight clothing. I still wore my maternity clothes after I had Timmy because I had a bump, and I thought maybe the thing that goes over your bump that is attached to your pants whenever you are pregnant would kind of slim out my after baby bump. So I wore flowy shirts and maternity pants and yogas for a while after I had my son. About a month after I had my son, I finally lost that weird bump. This is whenever I started wearing the little sock I bought from Walmart to help just give my body some shape, because I still didn't lose enough weight to where it looked like I didn't just have a baby or where I felt really insecure about myself. And I still wasn't eating like I should be. I still only ate dinner and I only drank at dinner. So I was still in this weird stage where I didn't have any appetite and I couldn't drink anything throughout the day. I just didn't think about it. And at this point I was still breastfeeding, so I still was losing weight from that too. Throughout this time, my stomach still looked really, really saggy. It wasn't so much a bump anymore. It was just a bunch of loose skin and stretch marks, because I did gain 40 pounds and I was really small before I had my son. So I had a lot of loose skin and that was very uncomfortable to me. So like I said, I was wearing that little girdle sock thing I bought from Walmart to help keep that all sucked in. In 2 months, I finally was working out, and I didn't really work out a lot. All I did was abs, squats, just the basic things, and I ran on the treadmill. So this helped me get rid of that weird sagginess, especially the ab workouts. And my stomach still is a little bit saggy, but not to the point where it makes me uncomfortable. I finally started eating normal again around 4 months after I had my son. Finally gained an appetite and I wasn't forgetting to eat or anything. So that's whenever I finally was balancing my weight. Like, I wasn't too small, but I wasn't big for my size. So I was in this perfect place, and I still am in that perfect place where I want to be. But I still do wear those girdles sometimes to try and keep in my stomach. But basically, the way I lost weight was my loss of appetite. I didn't diet myself. I didn't, do anything to try and lose the weight. I just genuinely didn't have an appetite. So that is how I lost my weight being postpartum. I definitely do recommend eating healthy though. If you do have an appetite to help you lose weight, maybe try being a vegetarian for a while. I know that's how I lost my weight before I was pregnant. So there definitely are ways to lose your postpartum weight. I'll show you guys my stomach now that I'm 8 months postpartum. Here is the front of my stomach. As you can tell, there's some loose skin, especially if I can push it like that. You see all of the loose skin up here and around my belly button. And then there's all of my stretch marks. I don't know how well you can see them, but I have a ton of stretch marks down here, over here, up here. Here's it to the side. So to the other side. I'm definitely happy with how far along my stomach has come and how my body has done on its own. Don't get insecure about your body if you do have stretch marks or extra skin like I do. I know I don't have that much extra skin, but it's still enough to where I'm not used to it and it does make me uncomfortable. So just stay positive, and you're beautiful the way you are. Just remember, you gave birth to a beautiful child, and all of those stretch marks and loose skin are there for them. That's how I think of it, and I wouldn't change my stomach for the world. I absolutely love my stretch marks. I don't love the loose skin, but I do love my stretch marks because it reminds me of my son. So that is how I lost after baby weight, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video.